Hey guys, Splex here and welcome to another episode of Transformers Heavy Metal. Today we'll be tackling a tier 4 raid, one of the harder raids and more rare ones. Tend to find tier 1 and tier 2 raids scattered around, but not many of these. I'll be running a level 14 Bumblebee, my loadout consisting of Plate Mail, Power Surge, Jolt and Flux. This is something I've been experimenting with. I will be posting my full loadout in the description box below. Up till now, the content hasn't been that difficult, so I'm really quite keen to see what this raid has to offer. So let's quickly jump right in. First up, we have Raid Soldier Plus, and I'll be using Jab to get some quick damage in. Gives me an extra turn, and I just store up some energy to use for the next couple of turns. Use this Better Up to deal some damage to me. And following this, I'll just be using Nega Shield, which doesn't cost me any energy. However, it uses up 100 of my HP and replaces it with 375 armor, which I would say is a pretty good deal. He follows up with a Shattering Strike, bringing my HP close to half. I retaliate with Sizzle and almost take him out. Then I proceed to finish him off with Flarestrike. That was a pretty decent fight. I would say I didn't lose too much HP. Puts me in a good position for the next couple of fights. So for the next fight, we'll be going up against an Elite Shield. And the issue with these guys is that if you let the fight drag out for too long, they will start to build their armor up, and this only makes it worse and it just becomes harder to end the fight. So some variations in your loadout could help, including minicons which deal damage directly to their HP bar, or minicons which give an extra turn so that you're able to end the fight a bit quicker. Jumping back into the fight, use a Seismic Shield, which deals 200 damage to my armor, for which I counteract with Jab. However, at this point of time, my phone hangs for a bit. I'm sure it's just one of the many issues which they will smoothen out in the future. This breaks his armor and gives me an extra turn. I follow it up with Sizzle, dealing 300 damage, further giving me an extra turn. And I finish him off with a Stinger. So up to now, the raid hasn't been too terribly challenging. Just a reminder that these can host up to 8 people, and I've cleared the first 2 levels alone, leaving me with roughly half my starting HP. So as we move into the final boss, it is worth noting that I have encountered Shadow Striker before. He's a hard hitter whose attacks deal huge chunks of damage. Starting the fight with a HP deficit already puts me at a disadvantage. I initiate with Stinger, dealing some damage and buffing my next couple of attacks. It gives me an extra turn, and I use Life Shield just to raise my HP by a bit, and also giving me some armor just to allow me to be able to fend off his attacks. He uses Blade Strike, which deals 400 damage, leaving me with 400 HP left. Unfortunately, I have to discard my Nega Shield just to get some energy back. He uses Patch Up, not dealing any damage to me this turn, and I'm able to sneak in a Jab, dealing some damage, giving me an extra turn. I use Sizzle, which will bring him 1 turn away from being defeated. However, this puts me in a fairly awkward position, and I have to rely with some luck. Thankfully, he discards his Shadow Strike, and this gives me the perfect opportunity to finish off this fight with a Flarestrike. Overall, I found this fun and fairly challenging. I believe this game has a solid foundation for the future, and I hope Niantic will introduce raids of higher difficulty and content for both casual and competitive players. Till then, I'll see you in the next video.